Uh, okay. Welcome everyone. Uh, I'm Rosalie Waller. I'm the liaison librarian for the School of Fashion. And today we have Sarah Nairo and Autumn Piet, the citation leads and experts for Seneca Libraries, who will present the workshop. The objective is try to break down the pieces of citation for written and digital assignments. The content covers plagiarism, citation examples, formatting, and support after the workshop. At the end of the presentation, we hope you are comfortable using the APA style format for your print or written and digital assignments. So I'm going to hand it over now to Sarah and Autumn. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosalie. So this workshop is being recorded, and Rosalie will share that with your faculty. And Autumn is going to take over the chat. So at any point, if you have any questions, please ask through the chat and we will address it. We're also going to stop our video just to make sure we have the best connection as possible. But hang on, we're going to start. Okay, so welcome to Seneca Library's APA Citation for Fashion Students. Again, my name is Sarah. And what is citing and why do we cite? What is citing? Citing is the way you tell your readers that certain material in your work came from another source. When I say source, I'm referring to books, articles, videos, images, websites. You're also providing enough information for your professor in case they need to find that source again, perhaps for checking for accuracy. And when you are citing, you need the author's name, title of the work, publisher name, publication date, and page numbers of the material if possible. Why do we cite? It is part of that research process in order for you to create your assignment. Ultimately, it is to avoid being accused of plagiarism, and so that you are giving credit to the authors or artists' works that you have used for your assignment. Here at Seneca Polytechnic, we have the academic integrity policy, and within the policy it states that students, even in the face of adversity, adhere to 6 fundamental values of honesty, trust, fairness, respect, responsibility, and courage. And how that applies when you are writing your assignment is by giving credit to the authors whenever you use their work. How do I make sure I do not plagiarize? Always give credit to the authors whenever you use their work, and you shouldn't have any problems. Let's talk about the citation style that you're going to be using for your program, and that is the APA style. Here at Seneca, we provide support for both MLA and APA, and each of these styles provide a set of rules for citing your sources and formatting your essays. So we will be discussing APA today. This is an example of to show how APA has 2 parts for a written assignment. And what I've done is I've underlined on the left-hand side the in-text citations that must be there when you are creating your written assignment. They must have a corresponding full citation on the references list. So you cannot have a references list without in-text citation because that would create a plagiarism scenario. Written assignments and how to create the references. So this is a specific type of assignment, and that can include a research paper, a report, essay, literature review, annotated bibliography. And when you are doing that written assignment, Perhaps you're going to use a book, an article, a video, an image, and I'm going to show you the rule and examples. So when you go to Seneca Libraries and you click on citing sources, you're going to open up the APA Citation Guide. Under citation examples is a long list of the most common items used here at Seneca Polytechnic. And each of these categories is broken down even further. This is an ebook, Selling Europe to the World, The Rise of the Luxury Fashion Industry, 1980 to 2020. And this ebook came from a library database. This is how you would cite an ebook from a library database. In this case, it's the Berg Fashion Library. We will give you the rule. So the author's last name, comma, first initial, period, second initial, if given, year of publication in brackets, the title of the book, colon, subtitle. Notice that it is all italicized. And then in brackets, we have the edition if it's not the first edition, bracket, period, and the publisher name. And that particular ebook, I've given the example underneath, Dawn's, comma, period, P period, Y period, 2023 period, Selling Europe to the World, The Rise of the Luxury Fashion Industry, 1980 to 2020, and it is Bloomsbury. And you'll notice the italics. You'll notice that the after the colon, there is no capitalization other than the first word. And of course, anything that's a proper name is also capitalized. This is a journal article. Perhaps in your assignment, you're going to be asked to find peer-reviewed journal articles. In this case, this is one written by Mark O'Connell, who's a faculty in your program. And if I had to cite that for my assignment, I would have to go back to that Citing Sources tab. I would select an article from a library database with one author. There is the rule. And then underneath it, I actually did the citation for O'Connell, comma, M period, 2023 in brackets, natural practices, the creative autonomy encoded within First Nations dye and weaving process of the Chilkat blanket. The title of the actual journal is italicized, so the rule is changed a little bit than the other rule that you saw. And then you would give the issue number, volume number, page number, and then the DOI if there is a DOI. And DOI is a digital object identifier. And if it's there, you put it in. If it's not, you don't have to worry about it. But just following the rule is very, very important. Now, if you're deciding to use a streaming video for your assignment, for your written assignment, this is on your left-hand side, a record that was pulled from Seneca Libraries, and you would follow the following example and rule for a streaming video from Seneca Libraries. In this case, you have the director's name, comma, first initial, period, second initial, period, director in brackets, year, the video was created in month and day, if known, period, title of the video, and that's italicized, square brackets, video, so your faculty knows exactly what you're talking about, and the production company. And that particular stream video is Hutner B. He's a director, 2023. I don't have any other information. Fashion Reimagines, the title of the video, it's italicized. Videos in square brackets, and then the production company. You're not meant to memorize these rules. That would be super difficult, but you are expected to try your best and follow the rules and examples in Seneca Libraries. Now, if in my written assignment, I want to include an image, and this can be challenging because it's many steps to it. So this is an image I found, and Keep in mind when you are citing images in a written assignment, first you have to find the image. And we highly recommend using images that have copyright clearance. So if you go to Google Images, there's a certain way of creating your search so that you're given those types of images. A lot of images in Flickr can be reused by students in their assignment. Any of the images in the databases like WGSN and Berg Fashion Library, and as well as the photo stock collection, has images that you can use. Remember, images you have to cite twice. You have to put the full citation on your references list as well as under the item, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the image I found from Berg Fashion Library database. Now it appears in my assignment and it is figure 2. I have figure 1, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So you would put it in order. So figure 2, it's addressed by Yoji Yamamoto. And then underneath, I have to put a note. It's from the Kelly Taylor collection. It is a photograph. I put that in square brackets by the Berg Fashion Library, the year. And then I also have the URL, which is important in case the faculty would like to have a look at that. Any questions so far about that? And I know Autumn, oh, thanks, Autumn, you described the DOI. Okay, so we're going to continue on. So how that looks from the in terms of making the citation for your references list is the reference list entry for image consists of its author, year of publication, title, description in brackets, and source, usually the name of the website and the URL. And so it's Taylor, K period, 1989 in brackets, dressed by the Carrie Taylor collection. It's a photograph, and that is the URL. So the second image, and in this case, I put figure 1. This is citing an image from Google Images with copyright permission. So I went into Google Images, I refined the search to usage rights that allow my copying it. And this is how you would set it up in your written assignment. Again, the figure, in this case, it's figure 1. It could be figure 20. If your assignment has 20 images, you would assign a figure number to each one in chronological order. The description is the Givenchy storefront. And then the note, it's from Florida, the Aventura Mall. It is a photograph. It was taken by Philip Hesser, 2018. It's from Flickr. There's the URL. And then the acronyms for my allowing to use the image. So that's CC by BY. And if you look that up, it simply means that I have permission to reproduce the image for a written assignment. It's within the law. So that's good. And it's very important to make sure that when you are going to the internet, keep in mind, just because you find an image that you like, you may not necessarily be able to use it. So follow the copyright. Now, if I had to take all those different items and put it on a references list, notice everything is in alphabetical order. The second line and the third line, when it goes beyond one line, is indented. So very quickly, faculty can see that 5 items have been used for this particular assignment, and all the information that is needed is there in case faculty wanted to go and have a look at the items for accuracy. Any questions? So that's for written assignments, so keep that in mind. We're going to talk about in-text citations for written assignments. Now you have 2 types of in-text in-text citations. You have the quoting and paraphrasing. And either one, you have to create an in-text citation with a matching reference citation on your references list. So this is a sample paper that I will show you where you can find it on the citation guide. And it's just to show you that in-text citations are used within your paragraphs of a written assignment. And a direct quote are the author's exact words. You have quotations at the beginning of the quote and at the end, immediately following where I got it from. In this case, it's Jones and Brooke, 2011, page 3. Then I have a paraphrased sentence here. And again, even though they are my own words, I still have to indicate where the idea came from. In this case, it came from Yang et al., 2012. So I'm using my own words to describe an author's idea. In both situations, you need to have the in-text citations. This is a visual to show you what a lot of faculty, their strategy before they actually begin to read your written assignment is they will go through your references list, see how many items you use to write your paper, and then go through the paper to see if there's a matching in-text citation. And so I recommend that this is a good strategy for yourself to make sure that you do not forget any in-text citations, because if you do, you're setting yourself up for some plagiarism. And I would hate to see that happen. All sources in your references list must have a matching in-text citation within the body of your paper. This is an example of a direct quote. I won't read it, but the quotation marks at the beginning and at the end. In this case, it's from Bozaki et al., 2008, page 190. Bozaki is the first author of 3 authors, and the in-text citation is shortened by using et al. Some of the items you'll be using may have up to 20 authors, 21 authors, so you don't want to have your paper filled with authors' last names. So this is one way to minimize the clutter in a paper. However, having said that, on your references list, you will list all the authors up to 21, I believe. APA for paraphrasing. So this is an idea that came from Moore, but these are my words. So developing self-awareness is a lifelong process that requires continual work. I have to give credit to Moore, 2003. You cannot try to pass off information as your own, especially if it's coming from somewhere else. You will get yourself into trouble. So let's talk about formatting your essay and sample paper that I keep talking about. When you go to Seneca Libraries as citing examples, or pardon me, citing sources, and then you click on APA, this is the home page, which is a lot of terrific information. But what we've done for our students to give them a shortcut for the written assignment is provide a Word document, which we call a sample paper. And you can download that to your laptop, to the cloud, and you can begin your assignment. So it's a 3-page Word document. The first page is the title page. In the top right corner in the header, you have a page number. It's already there for you. About a third of the way, you have the full title of the research paper. Notice that it's bolded. And then you're going to start with your first name, last name, Seneca Polytechnic, your course code, course name, professor's name, and the month, day, year the assignment is due. That is your title page. APA, if following it correctly, indicates that there must be a cover page. Page 2, we call this the main body of your research paper, but of course you're going to have more than just one page of information. But you begin page 2, again, the full title of your research paper. Everything is double spaced, and the first sentence of every paragraph is indented. And then your final page, now the sample paper, it's only 3 pages long, but again, you have the page number, that's automatic. The word references is centered and bolded. Everything is double spaced. Your citations are in alphabetical order. And if it goes beyond one line, it's indented. Your faculty, again, quickly can see 3 sources were used. Everything seems to be in order, so hopefully you won't lose any marks for that. Any questions about written assignments? I know Autumn has put some really great information there in the chat, so if you have a chance just to copy and paste, that would be good. Now we're going to talk about digital assignments, and digital assignments are very different from written assignments. APA and MLA have yet to come up with formalized ways of dealing with these type of assignments. So Seneca Libraries, in cooperation with some faculty, have come up with rules, examples, suggestions. If, however, your faculty has their own suggestions or has indicated in an assignment that they want things done a certain way, by all means follow their instructions. They're the ones marking your paper. So what do I need to know about digital assignments? First of all, what are some of the examples? Websites, infographics, videos, photo collage, PowerPoint presentations. Those are referred to as digital assignments. Is a research paper, essay, lab report, literature review, annotated bibliography considered a digital assignment? No, they are not. Those are the formal written assignments. Should I check with my professor if I'm unsure? Yes. Read your assignment requirements very carefully. If unsure, always check assignment expectations and instructions with your professor. And finally, should I cite my sources in digital assignments? Yes, absolutely. Digital assignments are unique. Use your professor's instructions or Seneca Libraries digital examples and recommendations. When you go to the citation guide, under that list, you'll come across digital assignments. And this is where the fun begins. So this is an example of a photo collage, and you'll find it there. It's beautiful. It's of Toronto. And usually when you're doing a photo collage, you don't want it cluttered with citation information. So what Seneca Libraries recommends is that you have on a separate paper, separate page, your photo collage image credits. And here they are. And this is how you would handle that situation. So you'd put a description of what it is, who it's by, and the URL. This is an example of a PowerPoint presentation. And if I just, option 1 that we suggest is to have the photograph, and then immediately underneath it, you have the artist or photographer and the URL where it came from. So that's one way of doing it. Or if you prefer, you can just have the slide with a full picture or photograph, and then you would have another slide at the end of your slide deck called image credits, and indicate the slide number and what the description of what the photograph is, who it's by, and the URL. That's another way of creating a PowerPoint and giving credit to the photographer, artist of what you're using. Okay, I'm just going to check the chat. I think everything's under control there. Okay, so Autumn, thanks, Autumn. Awesome. Now this one here is the PowerPoint slide, but I'm using it to show you a couple of things. So I'm using option 1 to address the photograph here. So this beautiful photograph is Lynn Rains provided the photograph, and I got it from Flickr. So I have the attribute there of who created the photograph and where it came from. But then on the slide, I wanted to discuss a little bit about the Chilkat rug And so, or pardon me, dancing blanket. And so what I did was, according to the recommendation, when you are doing a digital assignment, is that you don't have a references list per se, because it is a digital assignment, unless your faculty asks you for a formal references list. What you can do in this particular case, I wanted to discuss the dancing blanket, and according to Mark O'Connell, the chill cat is considered a form of ceremonial dancing blanket. And that is a direct quote. And where I got it from was a journal called Fashion Therapy. And when I hover my mouse over that, you can actually see the URL. If you click on it, you'll get into the records so that you can access the actual article. And this is a suggestion on how to handle, um, a reference to an article in a PowerPoint situation. And how I address that is I found the article in Seneca Libraries, and then I clicked on permalink. And this is that permalink. And then what I did was in my PowerPoint, once I put fashion theory, I just linked it with that permalink. So anybody who gets this PowerPoint can click on fashion theory and it will be directed to the actual article. And that is a suggestion of how to address putting in-text citations into a PowerPoint. All right, citation support. Now let's see what we have here. All right, so our citation guides, what do they cover? They cover citing different types of sources. So again, books, ebooks, articles in databases, articles in journals, also formatting your written assignments. So we're really giving you also a starting point with that Word document for those written assignments, and as well as information about digital assignments as well. So that's really important. More importantly is if you're stuck, we don't want you to get stuck. And if you are struggling with an assignment in terms of finding information, definitely use the Ask Us Live button. This is our chat service that we've introduced in the last 3 years. Actually, it's coming on 4 years. And we found that students really can get the help at the point of need immediately. You will be connected to library staff, not a bot. And we specialize in research and citation, and it's a great service. Our hours are very generous. They're from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. with limited hours on the weekend. But also on a Sunday night, if you're stuck, you can click on it. You'll be directed to send us an email, and in the morning we will answer your email. So it's a really great service. Also, virtual research appointments. If you have to do research and it's not coming to you very easily, make a research appointment. You'll be connected virtually with a librarian. You'll have a virtual appointment, and hopefully you'll get back on track to getting the research you need to complete that assignment. So we are definitely here to help you. These are some of the links that Autumn provided, as well as some of the things that I've discussed. So you have the APA Citation Guide and sample paper, the Ask Us button, but that button is appearing on every single library page when we're open, citing sources for digital assignments, and the subject guide for your program as well. Rosalie, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
I would like to add something.
Oh, please, yeah.
So a question was, so in case of an in-text citation from an article using a PowerPoint, there won't be a need to include the year. I have a question, Winifred. Are you saying that your PowerPoint that your faculty posted, they cited someone else? Is that what was happening in that one?
No, based on what I saw from the screen shared, when quoting according to Mark O'Connell, then in the end, the fashion Sorry, let me remove this slide here. So my question is, when, after adding this, will I have to quote, there won't be need to include the year, yeah, where your mouse is?
No, you don't have to include the year at this point. It's not necessary because if I click,
No.
I'm gonna click here. I don't know if that's gonna come through. But it will bring me right to the record. So the whole point of PowerPoint is to have an uncluttered slides. So right there, they'll see 2023.
Okay.
It connects you right to the article, it's a neat feature. And as I say, a PowerPoint usually is to give you a visual assignment. So it's still, you need information for sure, but it's also to give you a different type of assignment and all
And
the
then put the
information.
link. Okay, thank you.
And since I'm here, I wasn't planning, this is Seneca Libraries. The citing sources tab that I keep referring to is here. Your APA citation examples, they're all here. And we were digital assignments.
Wait,
Which-
Sarah, we're still on the PowerPoint slide with
Oh,
index.
are you? Yeah, so sorry. I'm gonna new share. Let's see. Let's see if that goes through. Okay, so
I feel something's happening. There we go. We good now.
so this is where all the magic starts. So Seneca Polytechnic, you're going to go to citing sources, APA, and just notice how that Ask Us button is always there in the bottom right-hand corner. I can click on it and I can ask my question. So I can have staff, they're not going to be happy if I start bombarding them with questions, but I can definitely ask any question about citation or research and they'll help me out. Thanks for that question. I'm glad we were able to clarify. Any other question?
See if I missed any. Boop, boop, boop. The PowerPoint will be given to the faculty to hand out for you guys. So yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, Rosalie?
Thank you, Sarah and Autumn. Awesome job, very clear. And I hope everybody could, when they get started, they know where to go, the Seneca citing guide. And what we covered again was citing for written assignments and citing for digital assignments. And the support is there if you get stuck. So again, thank you everybody for attending and Sarah and Autumn for presenting.
Our pleasure. Thank you. I'm going to stop recording.